Ohio gozaimasu! How are you today? I'm just making a little video here. I'm sitting in my car at work. In case you didn't know, I'm a medical transport driver, and what that means is I pick people up from their homes, take them to their physical therapy appointments and their doctor's appointments, and then I wait for them in the parking lot while they're in there getting stretched and manipulated, and then take them back to their homes when they're finished. And I came into this job after my previous job closed, and I suffered through a few months of unemployment, and this job is not too bad. I like it. It's low stress, I can tell you that. But I used to be a head projectionist at a movie theater, and the theater closed. I really liked that job. I did that after I worked in a professional photography lab for some time, and I really liked that job too. But the opportunity came up to be a projectionist, and you know, I've always been quite the movie buff. And I remember when I was a kid, I used to turn around in the movies and look at the window and just wonder, you know, what it was like in there and how it all worked. And I was lucky enough to grow up and get the opportunity to learn how to do that and to work in it for many years. And you know, with the onset of digital, a lot of the responsibilities of a projectionist are really not needed any longer. And so the job is really being phased out. So it's almost impossible for me to find work doing that again. And that greatly saddens me. Not that I think that film is a superior format, because really I don't. You know, I think it depends on what it is you're seeing, you know. But in general, I don't have a problem with digital. You know, a lot of projectionists find it inferior, but I'm not sure how much of that is really linked to job security. I don't know. But anyways, I was lucky enough to get to grow up and get to do that, because before I worked at the photo lab, because I worked there for many years, and then before that I had a small stint in retail, and before that I worked at an engineering company in corporate America, and I did that for almost a decade, and it pretty much drained the soul right out of my body. And before that I was in the Army, and that was fun and adventurous, and I would do that again, I think. I don't know about the war stuff. I think that would be scary. But I was pretty brave back then. In another video, I'll tell you all about my adventures of stalking a burglar around the house. But I'm saving that for a different video. But I was pretty brave back then. I think, you know, you're young, you're fearless, you know, they teach you how to kill people. But anyways, a little more about myself. Some of my hobbies, besides movies and stuff, I like to play video games. I love the Portal series. I like to play on my desktop, and not so much on Xbox or PlayStation, which we have, but I don't play them as often as games. I like 3D first-person shooters a lot, and I kind of got hooked into that with the original Doom when it came out, and I played on my computer desktop, and it kind of ruined me. I really hate first-person shooters on the controller. I really hate that. I need my keyboard. But I love that. Like I said, first-person shooters I like a lot. I've played a bunch of the Call of Duties. And I've played Left 4 Dead, both of those, and just anything in that realm. I'm on Steam. My name is Speedlace on Steam, SPEEDLACE on Steam. If you want to friend me up, we could play some games together. Let's see. I also like to shoot Olympic-style recurve archery. That's another hobby of mine. Howdy. The wind's blowing. I got the windows open. You might hear the traffic back there. There's the kitties. But anyways, let's see what else. You know, I've lived all over the world. My dad's retired from the Air Force. And people ask you where you're from. I don't really have an answer for where I'm from. And I think most military brats would agree that they don't feel like they're from anywhere. You're from the last place your dad was stationed. Or your mom. And I've lived all over the world. I lived all over the United States. Well, when I say all over the world, I just mean Japan. I lived in Okinawa, and I lived there when I was little. I moved there, and I have memories of before we lived in Okinawa, but everything associated with moving to Okinawa, and I have so many memories from Okinawa. It's like where my childhood memories kick off is in Japan. And so, you know, that place is special to me, even to this day. And I would really like to go back for a visit. I know it's not anything like what it was like when I lived there, because I lived there in the 60s. And, but I still would like to go back. But after that, you know, I've lived in Florida, in multiple locations in Florida, multiple locations in Alabama, multiple locations in Georgia. I've lived in Virginia. I've lived in Illinois, North Dakota, Oklahoma. Leaving anything out? Mississippi. I kind of split my time equally, I would say, between the North and the South in the United States. And made a lot of friends, but lost track of the vast majority of all my friends from my childhood. But thankfully, the internet has helped me reconnect with a handful of them, and that makes me happy. Let's see, what else? What else did I tell you? Oh, did I tell you I was in the Army? Oh yeah, I did. And I was a radio operator, trained as a radio operator in the Army, but I actually did the mail, because that's how the Army works. But let's see, did I leave anything out? Oh, I met Gina in 1993. I used to run a Rocky Horror Cast for over a decade, and that was fun and awesome. But which is how really I got the job at the theater, and so that all worked out really cool and awesome. And met a lot of friends. I've had a lot of friends for a long time from that. I first started going to Rocky in the early 90s, like 91, 92 maybe. And so I've still got a lot of friends from them there, and they might show up in some of these videos at some point. Wouldn't that be awesome? You get to meet some cool folks. I go to Dragon Con every year. I've gone to Dragon Con every year since about 1994, I would say. I've only missed 1 year, and that was because of work. And I didn't get to go to Dragon Con, but so you'll get to see a bunch of Dragon Con. Will be awesome. My spouse, Gina, who loves me because Gina loves Laurie, actually is a guest on some panels, and so you'll probably get to see some of that as well. And we got a pretty good year planned, going places and seeing things and doing stuff and making videos, and including you guys with us. And if you want to see all of that and experience it for yourselves and keep up with what's going on in our thrilling and fascinating lives, you need to subscribe. And I guess I'll catch you later. Don't forget to comment. Bye!